In this video, we're going to talk about working with your contacts. So we're in Workshop Angel in the contacts area, as indicated here on the main menu at the top. And the contact area has the classic layout of searching for and finding a list of contacts on the left, and then over on the right hand side, dealing with the details of the contacts that we've found that we choose to select. An important thing to understand with contacts is that the contacts in the system are completely different between test mode and live mode. So when the system's supplied to you, there are 65 contacts already entered into the test mode database. So you've got some contacts there to be able to play with and learn with. And in the live mode, there's none because the live mode's designed for your own contacts. So if we just flick the switch in the top right from test mode, where we see we have 66, in this case, contacts because we've added Donald Duck, and we flick it to live mode. In live mode currently, there are no contacts found because for this user, we haven't yet done any live work. So let's go back to test mode and we'll work in test mode with these test contacts for you to see the different features available in the contacts area. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at using the contact search. So we can search in this box here at the top for any part of the contact name or email. So if we type PATR, for example, then the search is live and it will then show us just the people who have the letters PATR together in their first name, last name, or email address. So that's created the list of 3 that you see here. When we've typed in some search options, if we want to just clear them, we can click the Clear Search Options button. And then there's an amazing set of advanced search options. So if we click on the Show Advanced Options option here, then there's 8 different criteria we can search by, and we talk in a lot more detail about these in the main documentation. But let me just show you how a couple of them work. So let's say we wanted to find all the females who were between 18 and 25. We can just put those 2 criteria in, and assuming we've captured that information in our different contact records, we now end up with a list, in this case 6 contacts who meet those criteria. So we can clear those options and we go back to our 66. So we also have the people who attended the or have signed up, booked for the retreat, which we've shown in the previous lessons. So in the activity drop down here, we can select the yoga retreat, and that now has found us the 5 people who we've worked with, who we've signed up for the retreat. So let's say we wanted to do something with these 5 people. We can add them to a list over on the right hand side. So we click this Add All to List option. They then appear over on the right hand side in a list, and we can manipulate that list. We can remove people here or add extra people on the left. And then we've got a couple of really useful options for working with that list. Firstly, we have the option to send a message to everyone on that list, which we can do with the Send Message button here. And that brings up a whole window where we can create a message with quite a variety of options for how we create that message in the first place. And the detail of that is discussed in the main documentation. We also have the option to create an email list of some kind. So if we click on the email list option, we get a pop-up window and we can create that list in a couple of different formats. The attendee list is useful after an activity to send out to everyone who attended the emails of everyone else they met. And the email BCC list is really useful. It's just a slightly different format, and it's really useful if you want to send an email in your email system outside of Workshop Angel. That's the format you can use to just paste those emails into those email addresses into such an email that you create. And you can also use one or the other of those formats in order to work with other marketing email systems that you may work with outside of Workshop Angel itself. So that's a quick overview of using the contact list. We can then click on any contact here on the left and work with their individual details. So you can see here the kind of fields we've got: first name, last name, there's a known as field, etc., etc. Again, we talk more about the specifics of these fields in the main documentation. And as with several things we've seen in Workshop Angel, there's different views of seeing the information about that item. So we've got the details view, we've got the notes view, so it's just a large window where you can make notes and set an alert level about that contact if necessary. And we've got the finances view where you can see an overview of their finances. So that's the details about editing the contact themselves. If you've got a contact in here who you no longer wish to be a contact in the system, then you can delete that contact. So if we go back, for example, to our original 66 entries, we've got Donald Duck here, who we added in one of the previous lessons. So let's say we wanted to remove him from the contact list. We can select Donald Duck, and then we can press this delete option in his record. It says, do you really want to delete the contact Donald Duck? We say yes. And Donald Duck, so his record is actually still here on the right, but it's shown as deleted. He's now disappeared from the list on the left. The important thing to remember here is that pretty well everything you may choose to delete in the app is not actually deleted from the database. It's deleted from you having access to it as you generally work. So that's actually really handy because it's easy to delete something and then realize maybe that wasn't the best thing to do. So pretty well anything you delete, you can undelete again. So here in contacts and in other areas as well, there's this option at the top called Show Deleted. And if we select that, then Donald Duck now appears in a grayed out form with the word deleted after him. But we can undelete him by clicking on his record, and then we have an undelete button up here. Asks if we want to do that. We can undelete his record, and now he's back as he was, a not deleted contact. So there we go. That is a summary of what you can do with contacts. So we've looked at the idea of having contacts in test mode versus live mode. We've looked at the different sides of the display, the left side for contact lists, the right side for the details. We've looked at search options and working with lists, and the various ways to edit a contact's details and to delete and undelete a contact's record. So that's the end of talking about contacts, and in the next and final lesson of the Getting Started series, we're going to talk about working with your settings and getting ready to go live with your booking form.